I'm Taylor Bunde, and this is my informative speech. It is estimated that 75% of the processed food products lining the shelves of your local grocery store contain genetically modified ingredients or genetically modified organisms. According to Annie Price's 2018 article, The Real Risks of GMO Foods and How to Avoid. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are organisms that have been artificially altered through genetic engineering, also according to Annie Price. There are many benefits that are associated with the implementation of GMOs in the food products we consume every day. However, there are many common misconceptions that paint an unfavorable picture about GMOs. There are also several alternatives for those not in favor of GMOs and their regular occurrence in our diets. Genetically modified organisms reap many benefits despite the common misconceptions surrounding them. Additionally, there are many alternatives to GMOs. There are 3 significant benefits that GMOs provide. The first benefit is that GMOs use resources efficiently and effectively. According to Monsanto, an agricultural biotechnology corporation, some GMO corn crops can protect harvest in water-limited conditions better than conventionally produced crops. In addition, no-till farming reduces the amount of machinery used in fields, which reduces fuel level use and decreases the amount of greenhouse gases emitted. Another benefit is that GMOs fight pests and disease. Also, according to Monsanto, scientists are developing genetically modified crops that look and taste the same as non-genetically modified crops that resist pests and disease. According to Barrows, Sexton, and Zilberman's 2014 article, Agricultural Biotechnology, The Promise and Prospects of Genetically Modified Crops, one insect-resistant trait that has been introduced into corn, cotton, and soybeans has resulted in crops producing a naturally occurring chemical that is toxic to common agricultural pests but harmless to humans. Another benefit of GMOs is that they help meet the demand for food. According to Monsanto, GMO seeds help farmers meet the increasing demand for food by increasing crop yields on their existing land. Studies using farm-level data have found that genetically engineered seeds increase crop yields, according to Barrows, Sexton, and Zilberman. Despite the many benefits that GMOs provide, there are a lot of common misconceptions surrounding them. One of those common misconceptions is that GMOs are harmful to your well-being. According to a new report from the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine, there's no evidence that genetically modified foods pose a risk to human health, as reported by Karen Batra in her 2016 article, 6 Myths About GMOs. The implementation of genetically modified foods in the United States is regularly monitored by the Food and Drug Administration, as reported by Wunderlich and Gatto in their 2015 article, Consumer Perception of GMO and Sources of Information. Another common misconception is that GMOs can alter your genes. According to Wunderlich and Gatto's article, a recent poll found that 1/2 of the participants believed a person's genes could be altered as a result of consuming GMOs. Batra reported that every food you consume, whether it is a GMO or not, has proteins that contain DNA which do not leave lasting effects on your DNA. The final misconception about GMOs is that they are bad for the environment. Batra states that genetic engineering is actually better for the planet than using conventional growing methods. This is because when crops are genetically modified to resist pests, farmers use less insecticides. Genetically modified crops are also engineered to tolerate environmental problems such as drought, disease, and mold. Michael Stebbins in 2019 reported in his article, Another Voice, GMOs Have Benefits for Health and the Environment, stated that in 2016 alone, growing GMO crops helped decrease CO2 emissions equivalent to taking 16.7 million cars off the road for an entire year. Lastly, we'll look at some of the alternatives to GMO products. The first alternative is to buy certified organic. Annie Price states in her 2018 article, The Real Risks of GMO Foods and How to Avoid, that certified organic products are not permitted to contain genetically engineered ingredients. Additionally, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the use of genetic engineering or genetically modified organisms is prohibited in organic products. Another alternative is to read labels carefully. Reading labels carefully will help you to avoid common genetically engineered ingredients. Look for labels with a non-GMO project seal on the packaging to certify that the product you are purchasing is non-GMO and that a third party has reviewed the item to ensure that it is GMO-free. The last alternative is to shop local. Price reports that shopping at small local farms can help to reduce your likelihood of buying and consuming GMOs. Talk to farmers at your local farmers market or explore options in your own backyard. Genetically modified organisms reap many benefits despite the common misconceptions surrounding them and also offer many alternatives. Some of the benefits that GMOs provide are that they use resources effectively and efficiently, that they help fight pests and disease, and that they help meet the demand for food. Some of the common misconceptions surrounding GMOs is that they are harmful to your well-being, that they can alter your genes, or that they are bad for the environment. The alternatives to purchasing GMOs are to buy certified organic products, read labels carefully, or to shop locally. So next time you visit your local grocery store, I hope you remember the benefits that GMOs provide, ignore the misleading misconceptions, and consider your alternatives to genetically modified organisms.